Excuse me, I got tomato sauce off my face from my lunch. I'm sorry. I should wipe my face off for it. Well, I waited for this movie to come, Blu-ray and DVD, so I could watch it. Because I've heard things about this movie. Well, The Fanatic, starring John Travolta and Devon Sawa, and directed by Fred Durst. That's right, the guy from fucking Limp Bizkit. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. What? That guy directed a movie. I know he's done before. I haven't seen it anymore, but I've heard a lot of things about this movie. I had to see it for myself, and well, this movie kind of bugs me a little bit. Because, okay, John Travolta plays this guy named Moose. He has a mental disability. And being this, I myself have a mental disability. I've been around many people who have mental disabilities. I know people who are like this guy. He, whiny. If he doesn't, no, just kind of, I know people like that. I work with people like that. Not anymore, but I have worked with people like that. I know people like that in my life, But none of them take it to the extreme, like I'm a fan of certain people. Like, say, movie came out starring I can't think of anything. The Rock. Okay, let's say The Rock was somehow signing stuff at a department store or a junk shop or whatever in Podunk, Minnesota, where I live. I'm not that big of a fan like he is of Hunter Dunbar, who is played by Devon Sawa, who this is his first film in a long time, and he's kind of on a comeback. And with this film, I wouldn't go to the extremes but I've been in Moose's shoes, where you're hopelessly picked on by someone who, just because of your disability, like he has this co-worker, and it's not really, he dresses up in this British outfit and works down at Hollywood Boulevard, I think. And there's another guy who does, he's a con artist. He does this sleight of hand, magic act, while an associate of his goes around and picks everyone's pockets. And this guy is an asshole to John Travolta's character Moose, and he just treats him like shit. And there's this one janitor who tells him, "You guys stand up for yourself." And finally, Moose does. He grabs him, the guy by the douchebag guy by the throat, and he gets him and stuff. And the guy's like, "I'm proud of you." He's like, "I'm sorry." He's like, "Don't be sorry. I'm proud of you." And that leads to a problem, and I see, and again, still going from Moose's point of view, his favorite actor, Hunter Dunbar, is signing this book at this junk shop owned by, Moose's friend. He knows the guy, and the guy he sells him a vest worn by Hunter Dunbar in one of his movies for $300 so he can have it signed. And, and this has happened before to me, too. He stands in line, he's waiting, and he's next, and, usually, you're in line and they're out, or something, you know what I mean? And I've been in that situation. I've been in line, and as soon as it gets to me, they're out. I'm like, oh, man, really? Well, in this situation, Moose gets to the front of the line, and Hunter's like, "No, I'm done," and he gets ready to leave. And it's like, you still have people in your line. I understand maybe you have a schedule, but then you should have said, "Oh, I'm on a schedule, so I can only have this amount of people in the line, and I only do only sign for these amount of people, but he just gets up and leaves. And for someone with a disability who has a hard time understanding that, he just, he want to get signed. So he goes around to try to get signed, and Hunter threatens him. Say, get out of my face, you freak. Because he doesn't understand. He's, you got to be a little more gentle with people with disabilities. You don't just yell at them. I mean, it's maybe a little unorthodox that he's coming around to get it. But and he tries to tell him, I was next in line, and you took off, And, I gotta look at it from that point of view, is that, you're a little misunderstood, and you just want your autograph, right? But then you have the point of view of Hunter Dunbar, and that now, and that he's got this friend, and this is why the movie's weird. The movie is narrated by this friend of his, Leah, played by Anna Golja, who was from Degrassi. I guess I looked it up. Not one of the ones that I've watched, but the later ones, I guess. I stopped watching after season 9. Just didn't. All the people I knew were gone, so I wasn't interested. But she must have came in after that. But so she's in this, and she's narrating it, which is weird because I don't understand. It doesn't make sense why she's narrating, but she does narrate it, and there's these weird drawings, which are mostly of him, and it's just kind of weird. But he's talking to her, and she shows him the Star Maps app, which he can find anyone lives, and of course uses it to find Hunter Dunbar's house. And when he starts stalking him, and to a point where he accidentally kills the maid, and then sneaks into Hunter's house while he's sleeping. And he's taking these pictures of him, while he's sleeping. And he's posting into social media, which, okay, I'm sorry. The end of this movie is, it shouldn't have gotten as far as it does in this film, to the point where eventually Moose comes back to that, to Hunter's house, and Hunter has yelled at him to get away several times. And, I gotta see it from Hunter's point of view, like I said. He's a father, and as a father myself, I would, try to protect my son. I don't want this weird guy coming around, disability or not. If he just doesn't understand, because, he doesn't understand what's going on, who knows if you can trust the guy, He's coming around, and, just showing up, and he accidentally kills the maid, which, for some reason, isn't found out to the end of the film, which I don't get, because he accidentally kills the maid, then he leaves, he does those picture things, then he leaves, then he comes back, and Hunter wakes up, bound and gagged, in his bed, and this is the funniest part of the movie, I tell you, and it's also the what the fuck is time in the movie, because Hunter comes to, he's got a sock in his mouth, he's all bound and gagged and stuff, and he spits it out, and he's like, fuck. He looks down, and he sees Moose laying there, puddle of blood, he's like, you dumb fuck, and he's like, help, and all of a sudden, Moose starts to laugh. He's like, I jigsawed you. I got you. And then he leaves, and he comes back dressed as Jason, and he pretends to stab him. He does stab him a little bit, but he's like, I scared Hunter Dunbar. I'm a good actor. John Travolta, you are a good actor, but this movie is ridiculous. And it ends up where, because he uses the disability against Moose, because he feeds into all this fantasy stuff that he has going on. Oh, you and I, we can hang out, and we can get all fancied up. We can go to the clubs. We can have strawberry ice cream, and we can be friends and stuff like that. So Moose unties him and run away. He gets headbutt to the face, which I don't know why headbutt. He's got both of his hands are free, but headbutts him to the face, and Hunter grabs a shotgun and shoots off his hand. Shoots off Moose's hand. Gone. And then Hunter just goes nuts, and he stabs him in the eye. And then Moose leaves. He's able to run away. The cops show up the next morning because they find the maid's body. And then they see Hunter covered in blood, and they believe he's the killer. Now, this is where social media should come in handy. He doesn't say a word. I don't know if he says something off camera, but he doesn't say a word. He just gets locked in the, gets shoved in the back of the police car. He doesn't say a word. All you gotta do is say there's this guy named Moose. He's been, he's been sneaking into my house. He attacked me. And there could be, there's evidence on social media. And we don't ever see Moose delete them. So the evidence is there somewhere. And it sort of ends with another narration from the girl, and she finds him. He's got one hand, he's got one eye, and there shows a drawing picture of the eye patch and the hook. But guys, it's not as terrible as people put it out to be. It's a bad movie, but it's a so bad it's good movie. It's enjoyable for what it is. John Travolta's performance, my God. And Devin Sawa does a pretty good job too. It's just, what do I give this? I think I'm gonna give it a 6. I enjoyed it for what it was. It was all wacky, fucked up kind of movie, but I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10 for the Fanatic. So what are your thoughts on the Fanatic? Let me know in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe. And did you do that? No. Wasn't me. Okay. It's a Blu-ray. I want you to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you. Okay? And watch Grease, because it's a good movie. And Pulp Fiction, because that's good too. And eat some ice cream. Okay? Okay. Bye.